acceptance of any relationship in the society is never dependent either on legislation or on judgments. It comes only from within. Let us accept it, whether we like to accept it or not. But leave it at that. That's more on other philosophical aspects. Your lordships are persuaded to take up special marriage act, possibly, my lord, on the ground that in one of the section the word used is spouse. My lord, my respectful submission is this, and kindly, a person, my lord, not a spouse. My lord, my respectful submission is this, and kindly, my lord, examine this correctly, a little, my lord, closely. Even special marriage act, and I will show, my lord, if I have to, my lord, at the subsequent stage. The legislative intent of the legislature throughout has been a relationship between a biological male and a biological female, including special marriage act.
But Mr. Solicitor,
Number one,
there's a very important value judgment which you are making, that the very notion of a biological man is absolute, or that a notion of a biological woman is also an absolute notion.
Never change.
Which is incorrect.
Biological man means biological man. It's not a question of notion.
Possibilities of rights.
Yes, of course it is.
None of us.
There is no absolute concept of a man or an absolute concept of a woman at all. That's the whole argument in a broader constitution.
Biological man, my lord, means man only. It means, my lord, biological man.
Biological man is not a definition of what your genitals are. It's far more complex. That's the point.
We stop having rights if we are not a biological.
So even when the Special Marriage Act says man and woman, the very notion of a man and a notion of a woman is not an absolute. Based on what genitals you have.
Lord, biological man means genitals you have. Lord, I didn't want to use that expression.
That's a point of view.
Lord, another thing. For man, irrespective of other attributes than the genitals, there are separate age limits prescribed. Lord, what are we doing?
No,
That's not an argument. That's not an argument.
we said it is not a mandatory thing that the whole society must accept something. Changes have always come in.
But your lordships will have to examine whether marriage is a fundamental right. Right to marry, divorce the law is a fundamental.
That's what I want to establish. No?
Lord, only a minute. Only a minute.
Speaking to confine.
Lord, I know my difficulties. I know my difficulties, but I am still discharging my duty. Lord, there are several acts. If the notion is treated to be a guiding factor to decide man or a woman, then I will show several acts which your lordships would unintentionally make non-workable. I may have, my lord, genital of a man, but if I am otherwise a female, my lord, as my lord possibly trying to be suggested, then, my lord, how would I be treated under the Criminal Procedure Code? As a woman, my lord, can I be called? For 160 statement after a particular hour, I may say that this is only a notion. I may have a biological genitals of a man, but now I am a woman. Well, there are several issues, my lord, which have to be gone into. Better they go into be gone into by the parliament. And your lordships, my lord, kindly appreciate. But the parliament, we have good eminent parliamentarians on both sides, and I can say this based only on my reading. Parliamentary committees are not, my lord, acting the way in which, my lord, we see parliaments functioning. Parliament committee